So think about the last time you felt a powerful wave of a negative emotion. Maybe it was a surge of anger or a knot of anxiety or even a pang of shame. What was your first automatic instinct? You probably did one of three things. You tried to suppress it, to push it down, ignore it, and pretend it just wasn't there. Or maybe you tried to express it, to vent, complain, and blame someone else for how you were feeling. Or you tried to escape it with a distraction like your phone, food, or some other form of entertainment. But what if all three of those common strategies are wrong? What if, instead of making the feeling go away, they're actually keeping that negative energy trapped inside you? And what if the only way to be truly free from a negative feeling is to stop fighting it? This is the simple, radical, and life-changing idea at the heart of Dr. David R. Hawkins's profound book, Letting Go: The Pathway of Surrender. Today, on Geeky Philosopher, we're going to explore this powerful and practical technique for finding inner peace. This isn't about complex theories, it's a direct guide to ending your inner war. Before we can learn the right way to handle our emotions, we need to understand why our usual methods fail. First, there is suppression and repression. This is when we take a negative feeling and, we consciously or unconsciously push it down, out of our awareness. We think if we ignore it, it'll just go away. But Hawkins explains that this is like holding a beach ball underwater. It takes a huge amount of constant energy to keep it down, and eventually, it's going to shoot back up with even greater force, often as anxiety, irritability, or even physical illness. Second, there is expression. This is the act of letting it all out, venting, shouting, complaining. Our culture often tells us this is healthy, but Hawkins argues that venting a negative emotion doesn't get rid of it, it just rehearses it. When you are ranting about your anger, you are actually feeding that anger, keeping the energy of it circulating in your system. Third, there is escape. This is the most common strategy in our modern world. The moment we feel a flicker of discomfort, we reach for a distraction. We scroll through our phones, we binge watch a series, we eat junk food. This provides temporary relief, but it does nothing to resolve the underlying feeling. The feeling is still there, waiting for you the moment the distraction ends. These three strategies are all forms of resistance, and what you resist, persists. So, what is the alternative? Hawkins offers a simple, powerful technique he calls the mechanism of surrender, or simply, letting go. This isn't, a complicated intellectual process, it's actually a direct experiential one. So, here's how it works. Step 1. Acknowledge the feeling. When a negative emotion comes up, the first step is to simply be aware of it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't judge it as bad. Just acknowledge its presence. Like, okay, I am feeling anger right now. Step 2, feel it without resistance. This is honestly the crucial step. You have to allow yourself to actually feel the physical sensation of the emotion in your body, without trying to change it. So, where is it? Is it a tightness in your chest, maybe a heat in your face, or a knot in your stomach? Just observe the sensation. Be with the feeling. Don't think about the story behind it. Don't analyze it. Just feel the raw energy of the emotion itself. Step 3. Let go of the energy. As you're feeling it, you consciously choose to let go of the energy behind it. You surrender your resistance to it. Imagine the feeling as a cloud passing through the sky of your awareness. You just watch it and let it float by on its own. You don't have to do anything to it. The act of no longer feeding it with your resistance is what actually allows it to dissipate. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply let go. It's not always easy, but learning to release what no longer serves you can really change your life. Hawkins is very clear. You are letting go of the feeling, not the thought. You can't force yourself to stop thinking about something, but you can always choose to let go of the emotional energy attached to that thought. You let the feeling run its course, like a wave that crests and then recedes. Why is this practice so powerful? To explain it, Hawkins developed his famous map of consciousness. He suggests that every human emotion has a certain vibrational energy field. At the very bottom of the scale are the lowest energy emotions, like shame, guilt, and apathy. As you move up, you get to grief, fear, and anger. Then, you cross a critical line into courage. Above that are states like acceptance, reason, love, joy, and at the very top, peace and enlightenment. The emotions at the bottom of the scale are contractive. They make us feel weak, small, and cut off. The emotions at the top are expansive. They make us feel powerful, connected, and whole. The act of letting go is the process of moving up this scale. When you are holding on to a huge amount of suppressed anger, fear, and guilt, you are energetically stuck at the bottom of the map. Every time you consciously surrender and let go of one of these negative feelings, you are lightening your energetic load. You are freeing up your life force. This allows you to naturally and spontaneously rise to the higher states of courage, acceptance, and love. You don't have to try to be more loving. You just have to let go of the things that are blocking the love that is your natural state. Segment 4. Letting go in the real world. This is not just a technique for when you are sitting alone and meditating. It's actually a practice to be used right in the middle of your daily life. So what does it look like in a relationship? Well, it means letting go of the need to be right in an argument. It also means letting go of old grievances and resentments. And yeah, it means letting go of the desire to control your partner. What does it look like for your goals? It means doing your best work, but letting go of your anxious attachment to the outcome. You focus on the process, and you surrender the results to the universe. This actually makes you more effective because you're no longer paralyzed by the fear of failure. The practice of letting go can actually be applied to any area of your life where you feel a sense of contraction, or maybe even fear, or resistance. It's honestly a universal key that unlocks a more peaceful and powerful way of being. So, in conclusion, the path taught in letting go is profoundly simple, but yeah, it's not easy. It really does require courage. It's the courage to stop running from yourself, to turn around, and to face the feelings you've been avoiding your whole life. So, Hawkins' great insight is that these feelings are not who you are. They're really just energy, They're just old programs running in your system. And honestly, you have the power to let them run their course and disappear. This is not a passive act of giving up. The act of surrender, of letting go, is honestly one of the most active and powerful choices you can ever make. It's the choice to stop fighting with your own inner world. It's the choice to stop being a victim of your own unconscious feelings, and really it's the choice to be free. This book is a direct and practical guide to what many spiritual traditions have taught for centuries. It's the art of surrender. It's the pathway to a life that is lighter, clearer, and more at peace. If you are someone who is ready to stop resisting and start surrendering to let go of the old and make space for the new, then you are ready for this journey. Consider subscribing to Geeky Philosopher, where we believe that the greatest power is found not in controlling the world but in surrendering to our own true nature. Thank you for being here.